Hello everyone, welcome to Bizarre Vid, and if you are looking for scary videos, you are in the right place. But before we begin, make sure to subscribe to my channel for more scary content. Alright, with that said, let's begin. A man named Sean D. Austin posted a video to his TikTok account on March 22, 2026, showing a piece of security camera footage filmed inside his home in the middle of the night. Right from the beginning of the footage, a toy car can be seen slowly moving on its own across the floor. What's especially strange is that the movement continues throughout much of the video rather than being a one-time occurrence. Then, at around the 48-second mark, things get even stranger. A picture frame suddenly falls to the ground, adding another unsettling moment to an already eerie piece of footage. The combination of the moving toy car and the falling picture frame is what has convinced many viewers that something unusual may have been happening inside the house that night. Not everyone will interpret the footage the same way, of course. Still, seeing multiple odd events unfold in the same recording is enough to make the clip difficult to forget. So, what do you think was happening inside Sean's home that night? Was there some unseen presence moving through the house, or was something else going on? I'll let you decide. Now, on September 10th of 2025, a CCTV camera in the corner of a highway interchange recorded something that many pedestrians had witnessed but couldn't make sense of. They were frightened by what emerged from this highway. At around 2:20 p.m., pedestrians on the Concordia Bridge Highway in Mexico City were suddenly surrounded by a strange fog that seemingly came out of nowhere. They weren't sure where the fog had come from or why many people were running away from it. But when news broke that a gas tanker had tipped over on a curving ramp, causing a massive cloud of gas, things made sense now. Except for one thing. While researching this incident, I found a surprising number of comments from people claiming to have seen silhouettes or shadowy figures flying through the smoke. Although the fog was no longer a mystery, people still couldn't explain the strange faces and eerie shadows they saw in the mist. Now, although none of these videos seem to show any of the so-called flying silhouettes people saw, one video captures something that's just as unsettling. On May 25th of 2026, almost a year later, a motorcyclist travels down the same highway where the gas leak happened. Mind you that the reason this bridge looks darker than usual is because shortly after the gas leak, a spark had lit up the whole place. This is what was caught. The motorcyclist who posted this wasn't sure if he was just hearing things, but after watching the footage from his dash cam, it's clear that an agonizing scream was heard nearby. Now, while the source isn't obvious, something else is. It wasn't until many people started screenshotting a certain moment in this clip and putting it in the comments that the footage became even more unsettling. At around the following timestamp, this was captured. Watch closely. An outline of a misty figure can be seen standing to the right. It isn't exactly a perfect silhouette, but something noticeable appears right behind the concrete barrier, and it's the fact that a scream is immediately followed afterwards that viewers couldn't help but theorize what this was. Maybe, as some believe, this figure had been the spirit of someone who lost their life during the sudden gas fire. To those who were there when it happened, this belief isn't far-fetched. They, and most others who visit the place now, often feel a sense of dread and unease. They don't exactly know why that is, but feel that it might be due to the energy left behind by those who unfortunately met their end. But of course, what do you think? Could this have been someone who passed away from the fire of 2025, or was something else caught on camera? As with most videos, this one remains a mystery. Now, this next video takes place at a subway station, where apparently something appears inside a tunnel when it gets completely dark. It's the reason why many commuters who know about this passage take out their phones and begin to record. Now, the train speed makes it hard to see, but if you slow the footage, you'll see what appears to be another station that's entirely empty and outdated. Trains always pass it, but they never stop here. And maybe that's a good thing. Because in a recent video shared by someone who wanted to film this secret station, something was caught on camera that's left many commuters terrified. The Chamberí station in Madrid, Spain, is a train station that's been out of service for quite some time. It was shut down in 1966, but trains still pass it as it sits in between two stations that are still operating. However, every so often, people sneak inside and explore the place, only to be left feeling unsettled. On May 30th of 2026, a passenger on the subway line was getting ready to record the Chamberí station when they caught this instead. As it seems, the Chamberí station might not be abandoned after all. As the speeding train passes by an entrance, there appears to be a girl dressed in a white gown who seems to be watching everyone on board. Mind you, that this part of the station is off limits to the public, so whoever this was shouldn't even be there. But maybe, as some believe, this wasn't a person. As local legend has it, before closing down, the Chamberí station had a passenger who lost their life on these tracks. That passenger happened to be a girl who fell off a train. Now, while this story can't be verified, viewers no doubt believe that what was caught here had to be the girl who passed away. Though, unfortunately, no further updates or videos have been posted by the user who shared this. Just who or what had been inside this abandoned station. On a Saturday afternoon, a group of house cleaners arrived at a house, unaware that they would encounter something very unsettling while cleaning up this place. The person who lives here had just inherited this property from someone who had a hoarding problem. Recorded by one of the cleaners, this video was taken just moments before they all started to scream. According to Katie, one of the cleaners, this place was not what it seemed in the photos that were sent by the owner.
She sent some pictures of the house, and judging from the pictures that she sent, like, it didn't look like it was going to be that bad or that hard a job. So I immediately take out my phone and start filming. I want to show our boss how this client totally misrepresented the house.
Little did Katie know that while filming this would happen. Take a look.
Your favorite Lincolns. What is that? That's so cute. Ooh. Oh, the smell is so bad. It smells so.
Oh my God, what is that?
Flies? Oh, shut the door. Look at Thomas, the gentleman, like him. Oh my God, it's moved again. And it actually comes towards us. What have you gotten us into? Oh my God, really? Don't like that.
While filming the condition of this house, a ride-on play toy begins to move on its own. But it doesn't just move randomly, but rather towards the cleaning crew. As if the clutter in this place wasn't already terrifying enough, this happens.
Oh God.
Now, obviously, they were freaked out by this, but after thinking that this may have been a battery-powered car, they look back at the footage to confirm this. However, while rewatching, they notice something pretty chilling. Watch closely. As it seems, this toy is entirely made of plastic. No battery or motorized components appear to be seen here. If no power source had caused its movement, then what did? But the bigger question is, how exactly did it suddenly shift towards the group's direction? It's as though it just knew where they were. To Katie, this occurrence would stay a mystery, as she wouldn't be returning to this house for various reasons. But then, a few days later, the owner reaches out again.
We told her that we would be willing to come back, but only under 3 conditions. The first being that we needed to come. Second, that the Thomas the Tank Engine toy would absolutely not be in the house. That she agreed to all of our conditions, and so we returned to the job.
On the second day back, this happened.
Come here. Come here. Come see.
Get out. We have to burn that thing. And then... You're so scary. Crazy.
Once again, the toy car somehow begins to move by itself, only this time it's in the backyard. Although pretty strange, there's something else that Katie recorded on her second day at this place, and it's something that's left her even more spooked. As she states, she was recording the mantle area because of something she saw in the photos that were sent by the owner. Take a look.
Like in the pictures she originally sent us when we were doing the first estimate, there was a picture of a photo album. And in the album, there's a picture of a child. I'm obviously going to post the pictures above, the face blurred, of course, but you can see the kid on it.
Look carefully when I take the video of the mantle. There are these blue bowls stacked up, and in those bowls are some Polaroid pictures. And if you look really closely, you can see that in the pictures is the Thomas train that we keep seeing move. And on this Thomas train is a boy. He looks to be like around 9 or so. And I don't know anything about him. I don't know who he is. The owner didn't tell us anything about him.
As Katie believes, this toy had most likely belonged to the boy in this photo, and her suspicion is that the boy had passed away, given all the strange activity that's happened with this toy. Now, of course, this is just a theory she has. There doesn't seem to be any evidence to prove that whoever this was had passed away and therefore been responsible for the toy's movement. But one night, a phone call regarding this whole situation had made her stomach drop. Listen.
Hello.
Hi, this is Katie.
You know, your phone is cutting up a little bit the whole time we were talking. I'm wondering too, because that was his train. And
That was his train.
yes, and so when you told me that, and then I saw what you were talking about, I don't know what to think. I mean, I don't know how to take it, but
But you do feel like that it's your nephew moving the train?
well, anything can happen. I don't know what to say. I mean, okay, have a good night.
Thanks, you too, Sandra. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Wow.
As it turns out, the homeowner's nephew had passed away. It's unknown as to how he passed, but considering that this was the house that he lived in before his aunt took over the property, it's no surprise to see his stuff still lying around. And to make this even more strange, the owner had sent Katie a video of something she recorded a few weeks back after taking over the place. A mini door on this playset can be seen opening on its own before somehow shutting by itself. Seeing this video and all the other activity that happened before, could it be that the owner's nephew had actually been present at this place? After all, most of the activity revolves around toys, but as always, I'll let you come up with your own conclusions. For now, as it seems, this video remains a mystery. On May 20th of 2026, a man is looking after his sick mother through a baby monitor when he sees her staring at something that appears to be on the ceiling.
What's that noise?
There doesn't appear to be anything noticeable in this room. Yet strangely, Raymond's mother continues to stare at the ceiling as though something were there. Now this detail is important because for the past few weeks, Raymond has been recording his mom reaching up towards something above her bed.
Yeah, she's doing it again.
Whether coming from the ceiling or somewhere else, he's already checked the space multiple times and always finds nothing. But one day, while recording his mom doing her usual reach, he gets this.
understand.
As Raymond films his mom reaching up again, he gets this, the nurse's hair getting whipped upwards. Looking back at this clip, she neither turns her head nor jolts in any way to cause her hair to jump. It just goes up on its own before she even moves.
I'm out of ideas.
Just how exactly did Nurse Judy's hair fly up without there being a visible cause? According to her, it felt as though someone had grabbed her hair. Now there's something worth noting about this specific statement, and it's the fact that it says pulled up. As Raymond believes, if something had yanked her hair upwards, then it had to be something from above. And if that's so, then maybe Mom isn't just seeing things after all. While there's nothing visible to support this claim, there is something on this bed that might.
This is the phone that my mom used.
One night, during one of her episodes of Reaching Upwards, she takes out her phone and records the ceiling. Take a look.
Neither Raymond nor his mother's nurses could explain what was caught here. Thinking that something would appear on the ceiling, he sees this instead. Under his mother's blanket, a strange bump shows up. Whatever this is wasn't there initially, as footage from early on shows the bed being completely flat. It's nowhere to be found, much like the noises that are heard in this video. Between hearing this and seeing the lump, Raymond now thinks that it's not just the ceiling anymore, but rather the entire room that's active.
I mean, there's nothing. Nothing here. You would think this is where you'd see something. You know? Underneath the bed is just supplies.
Now, after checking all around and posting this video, someone suggested that he cut open the mattress to see if there was something inside that made the bulge. To Raymond, this didn't seem like a good idea. He wasn't going to ruin his mom's mattress just to find nothing inside. But eventually, after getting her a new one because of this video and seeing that it's already falling apart from its underside, he figured, why not give it a try now? It goes without saying, but what he finds terrified him.
So this is the bed we're going to take a look in. The new mattresses just came in.
Like she.
What? gonna cut the whole thing. Look at this. Thank you. To the person who suggested this, thank you. Jesus Christ, man.
No signs of any lumps were found inside, but something just as horrifying was discovered. What was thought to be a new bed was actually just the used mattress that was covered up and made to look new. Raymond had no idea that he'd bought a mattress that was technically refurbished. There were no labels or any zippers to indicate this was a cover when he bought this a year ago. While it's rare, there have been documented cases of people opening up their beds and finding a secondhand mattress inside. Upon discovering this, Raymond throws out the mattress and reports that since then, there hasn't been much activity in his mother's room. But then, 2 nights later, this happens.
Here's the mattress I took out of my mom's room. This is the mattress that I cut up the other day. It's out on the curb, getting ready to be picked up. Now, this is the mattress that I thought was the source of everything. The knocking. Well, tell me why. Tell me why I still hear the knocking.
Thinking that the bed had been the culprit this whole time, he was ticked off to see that it was still happening. But by far, the creepiest thing that's happened since throwing out the mattress is this last video. While looking at the monitor, both Raymond and his mother's nurse noticed this.
Oh my God, I see it. Oh. Go, 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 go.
After checking all around, they find nothing. So then the question is begged, just what is going on inside his mother's room? If the activity still continues even with the mattress gone, then what can explain this? There have yet to be more updates coming up from Raymond, but in the meantime, let me know your thoughts on this one. Now, the following video comes from a mother who just had a newborn baby when one night, at around 3:40 in the morning, her cameras record something that leaves her too scared to leave the room. According to Daisy Andrade, out of all the strange things that have happened at home, this one may just be the most terrifying. And it doesn't help that what she captured might have some connection to what others have caught on camera while visiting the island where she lives.
Growing up in Hawaii, there's a lot of ancient Hawaiian stories or traditions, or I would call superstitions. It's probably just ancient Hawaiian spirits trying to get my attention.
So, take note of this stick here, right?
Okay.
So there's nothing to its left, but at the same time, I look at this other one. I zoom in.
Wow.
Look. But I zoom into this, but
wow.
this is like a hole.
Oh, that gives me goosebumps.
Yeah.
Seeing this only makes Daisy's video that much more unsettling. As she writes, "I always pray with my boys before bed, and coincidentally, we forgot to say our nightly prayer this night. Whatever was here will not be welcomed here again." This is what she caught. After encountering whatever it was that sounded just like their child, Daisy and her husband concluded that this whole incident had to be something paranormal. Either someone or something that couldn't be seen was calling out to Daisy. But according to her, she swore it sounded just like her son, who during this whole time was fast asleep. If neither of her older children were awake, then who was calling out to Mom? As Daisy states, living in Hawaii has made her experience countless unexplainable things. This one is just one of many. But she can't deny that this incident has been the most unsettling encounter to date. Whether it's the ghost that many tourists see on this island or something else entirely, simply not knowing what spoke that night is creepy enough to Daisy and her family. Over on TikTok, someone named Raxi uploaded a video to their account, which shows them videotaping some security camera footage that was taken overnight in an undisclosed location. For the first couple of seconds, it's not really clear what we're supposed to be looking at. It just seems like an ordinary piece of security camera footage, but that all changes once the uploader zooms in on something in the corner. Watch this.
Telah ini gede kali di saya. Apakah ada yang aneh? Takjub ya? Ya. Jam 23.41. Medeni cah, iso nyuwata ya raine.
Once the uploader zooms all the way in, we can make out what appears to be a pocong standing off in the corner. A pocong is a ghost from Indonesian and Malaysian folklore, believed to be the trapped soul of a deceased person whose burial shroud was not properly untied. Wrapped entirely in white cloth with a pale, sometimes decayed face peeking through, it is said to hop or float due to its bound form. Pokongs are often seen in graveyards or desolate roads, appearing suddenly to startle or haunt the living. Some legends say they seek help to be freed, while others describe them as eerie, malevolent spirits. By all means, that's exactly what this strange figure looks like, but of course we can only speculate as to the authenticity of the video. So, what do you guys think this figure is? Do you believe it to be a pokong as well, or do you think it's something else entirely? Also, what do you think its intentions were? Let's just hope that Raxi won't ever have to deal with whatever it is again. A TikTok user known as Rodi Farias posted a video to his account in March of 2026 that shows him recording inside his bedroom after apparently hearing strange noises coming from somewhere within his house.
Chicos, yo voy a filmar esto porque después me dicen que es mentira. Ustedes escuchan ese ruido, ¿no? Porque... Pará, no puede ser.
Right at the beginning of the footage, a series of knocking sounds can be heard from somewhere nearby. They're close enough to feel immediate, setting the tone as Rodi begins cautiously moving through his home to figure out where they're coming from. From here, we follow along as he continues to investigate, and it doesn't take long before things begin to escalate.
quiero que vean.
Just past the 1-minute mark, a dark figure briefly appears, peeking out from behind a wall outside. The moment is quick, but clear enough to catch attention. Despite this, Rhodey calls out and decides to follow, which leads him toward a nearby swing set. That's when things take another turn, as the swing can be seen moving on its own, swaying back and forth with no one around it. And it's right here that Rhodey finds himself in for one last scare. In the final moments, something is suddenly thrown onto the ground seemingly out of nowhere, bringing the encounter to an abrupt end. The way this all unfolds gives the impression that whatever is happening isn't isolated to just one moment. From the knocking to the figure to the movement outside, it feels like a sequence rather than a single coincidence. There is the chance that each moment has its own explanation. The figure could have been another person on the property, the swing might be reacting to wind, and the final movement is too brief to clearly identify what actually caused it. The unsettling part is how quickly each moment builds on the last. Just as one strange detail appears, something else follows, leaving very little time to process what's actually going on. The interdimensional NHI subreddit is a place to freely discuss anything related to UFOs and interdimensional non-human intelligence. The subreddit is chock full of interesting videos, but the one we'll be having a look at today is definitely one of the more fascinating ones that has popped up on the subreddit in quite a while. The video in question was filmed in Denver, Colorado on January 11th, 2025, and shows the uploader filming the night sky. Nope. The green light you're looking at isn't the northern lights or anything of the like, it may just be a UFO.
There it is, the light turned on. See that? What the man? Watch, it's gonna start looking like it's dropping something out of it. That's f***ing weird, man. What the f*** is it, bro? Oh, the light went out. The light went out again, and it is super close.
Throughout the course of the video, we watch as the strange green light moves slowly around the sky, while the uploader can only watch on and film in complete amazement. One commenter said the following, quote, "Saw this 10 years ago while living in Denver with a friend after getting out of the car to walk inside, specifically green light on a cloudy night. Effing wild. It was just like this. I have to laugh at how crazy this all is. It's happening. Who and what it is, I don't know, but it's wild. In Lakewood too, for what it's worth. So this was very central to the city. I was also once in Centennial and saw a cluster of objects," end quote. Another commenter also had a very similar experience, quote, "This is exactly what happened to me. Same cloaking mechanism, and when it noticed me noticing it, it flashed me with that light, but it was only for a couple of seconds, like straight at me and me only. Turns off light, goes back into cloak, and you can see the outline of whatever the F it was as it zooms off in restricted airspace. This happened in an area common for incoming flights where I live. This was nothing commercial and a very weird experience," end quote. Seems like plenty of people have had strange experiences similar to the ones shown in this video. Did they all witness the same kind of unidentified aerial phenomena, or is there a different explanation? We can only hope that with enough time, we'll finally start to put the pieces of this strange puzzle together. A TikTok user known as KittyK38Backup posted a video to their account, which shows a piece of home security camera footage seemingly taken in the middle of the day, while the uploader was outside in their garden. It doesn't take long for this seemingly normal video to take a seriously dark and freaky turn.
Hon? Hon?
A chair with 2 dolls on it can be seen tipping up on the 2 back legs and keeping balance. This also explains why the man showcased in the video is so surprised when he comes back into the room. At first, it almost seems like it's a rocking chair, but upon watching the clip a second time, it becomes clear that the chair is indeed not a rocking chair and should not be able to lift up that way. Sadly, we don't really know anything else about the video, but the footage is still highly unsettling. If you didn't already have a fear of dolls before watching this video, you surely do now.